Hello everyone, welcome to another interesting tutorial. So today I'll be showing how I made this simple shift dress. The fabric is on a fold. I used the biggest part of the body, which is the hips, divide by 4. I added 3 inches for same allowance, cut the panel. So this is the front and this is the back. I'm cutting the front and the back together, so I pin them together. So this is the shoulder line, this is shoulder to the full length I'm working with. So the first thing we'll be taking is our neck measurement. So for this measurement, the neck is 4 inches for the width, 4 inches, and for the depth I'm using 3.5 inches. So I'll just use my free hand to shape it out. So I'll just take 3.5 inches from this point. I'll still take 3.5 inches so that it will align. So I'm shaping it out with my free hand. So I'll do the same for the back, but for the back the width is the same, which is 4 inches, and the depth I'm working with for the back is 2 inches. So I'll still shape it, I'll still curve it with my free hand. For those who don't have the pattern ruler, you can easily use your free hand. So now I'll be taking my shoulder measurement. And for this, the shoulder measurement is 7.5. It's 15 divided by 2 will give us 7.5, but I'm using 8 inches for ease, and I added half inches, so I'm using 8.5. So now I'm taking my chest line, and for this measurement is 8. To get your chest line is you just divide your bust round by 6 plus 1.5. So what I have on the shoulder, I'll take it down to the chest line, and I have 8.5. So I'm taking the 8.5 I got on my shoulder line to the chest line. So I'll connect a straight line from that shoulder line to the chest line. So after getting that, I'll come down by 1 inch from this line for my shoulder slope. I'll come down by 1 inch and connect it from this neck, the end of my neck line, to the shoulder, to the 1 inch I took. So I'll get the midpoint, which is 4 inches, and I'll come in by half an inch to get my armhole curve. So I'll take a straight line from the end of that 1 inch to the half inch. Then I'll curve it with my free hand. I'll just use my free hand for these tutorials to show you. But if you have your pattern ruler, you can do it it's easier. You can use your ruler. So now I'll be taking my shoulder to bust point, and for this measurement, shoulder to bust point is 11 inches. So I'll just go ahead and draw out the straight line. Then I'll take my shoulder to waist. Shoulder to waist is 17 inches. I'll just draw out the line. Now I'll take my shoulder to hip, and for this the shoulder to hip is 27 inches. So I'll draw out the line. I've already taken my full length, which is shoulder to knee. I want the shirt to stop at the knee, so it's 39 inches, and I added 2 inches for seam allowance. So we're actually done with our vertical measurement, that's our straight lines. So now I'll be taking my round measurement. So the bust round is 39 divided by 4. I added 1 inch for ease and 1 inch for seam allowance. So I'll take what I have here and place it on the bust point. So for the waist is 31 divided by 4. I added 1 inch for ease and 1 inch for seam allowance. So for the hip is 41 divided by 4. I added 1 inch for ease and 1 inch for seam allowance. So what I have on the hip line, I'll take it to the full length. So I've decided to use everything I have there just to give it ease at the full length. So I used the whole remaining fabric I have there. So I'll just connect my lines. I'll give that side a little curve, let it not be too sharp. I'll just connect all the lines to the end of the full length. So I'm trying to shape that part, let it not be too sharp. So now I'm done with my measurements. Now I'll just go ahead and cut out my neck. I'm cutting out the front neck and the back neck differently. So after doing that, I'll just cut out the shape I have here. So now cut the shoulder slope, and I'll leave ½ inch for sewing allowance. So this is what we'll have. So I'll separate the front and the back and reshape the armhole for the front, since the front armhole is a bit deeper than the back. So I'll come in by ½ inch from that midpoint. I'll come in by ½ inch to reshape the front armhole. So this is what we'll have. This is the front and this is the back. So to get the V shape on the front neckline, I'll just come down by, I'll take ½ inch from the beginning here. I'll take ½ inch, then I'll come down by 3.5. I'll come down by 3.5. Then I'll use my ruler to take a straight line from the ½ inch to the end of where the 3.5 stops. So I'll just try and shape it properly to give that V shape I want on the neck. So I'll just go ahead and cut it out. So this is what I have. I've gotten what I wanted. Is the V shape. So I'm adding a facing for the front that I'll use to turn the neck. So I'll just trace it with the front neckline. I'll trace it out and cut it off. So this is what we'll have for the front facing. So I'll be adding an interfacing like a hairstay or a gum stay on it to give it a little weight. So before then, let me cut out the back facing. So I'll use the back to trace it out. So I've done for both the front and for the back. So I've already gone ahead to add the interfacing I was telling you. You can use, this is called hairstay. You can use gum stay too. So I've used it to iron. I've ironed it, the facing. So I'll just place it the good side facing the good side. That's of the fabric. The good side will face the good side, and I'll sew it by ½ inch. I'll sew it by ½ inch. I'll do the same for the front. I've added the interfacing, or you can call it hairstay. I've added the hairstay on the facing I cut out. So now I'll just face the good side on the good side, and I'll sew it by ½ inch like so. I'll sew it from the beginning, come down, then go down to where the V-neck is, then go up to the end of it, and I'll show you what I have. So I've gone ahead to sew it. This is what I have by ½ inch. So I've done the same for the back. I sewed it by ½ inch. So this is what I have. So I'll just turn it inside out. So this is it. So what I'll do now is to iron it. I'll do the same, pull it out. So this is it. Pull it out and let it face the good side. So this will have, I'll still iron it and show you. So this is what I have. I've gone ahead to iron it. It's looking neat now. So this is the front. This is the hairstyle I was telling you that I used to turn it. Then this is the back. This is the front. This is the back. So this is the back. So now I'll join the shoulder together, the front and the back shoulder together. So what I'll do is I'll open it. I'll open the interfacing on the shoulder. I'll open the interfacing from that like so. I'll open it. I'll open the back and the front together. So I'll make sure it's aligning on the area I sewed. I'll align it and sew it by 1/2 inch. So I've already pinned it. So I'll do the same for the other side. Open it up like so for the back, and open the front too. Then I'll align them together like so. As you can see, align it together. That is the interfacing facing the interfacing, and the fabric facing the fabric. So I'll sew it by 1/2 inch. So I've already gone ahead to sew it. This is what I have by 1/2 inch. I did for the other side by 1/2 inch. So I turned it back in. So this is what we'll have. So now that we're done with our shoulder, I want to add a pattern on the front side. So I've already cut out my pattern that I'll be using. I'm using 3 colors for the pattern. I want it to be on the front side of the dress. So I did 10 by 8. The length is 10 and the width is 8 inches. What I did was I folded it by 1/2 inch. I folded all the sides by 1/2 inch and I ironed it. So as you can see, it's 8 inches, but when I fold it, it will be 7 by 9 inches. So I folded it by 1/2 inch. I did the same thing for the other colors. I folded them. So I'll place it the way I want it, or where I want it to be, and I'll pin it. I'll pin it and sew it by the edge of the pattern and show you what I have. So this is what I have. I sewed it very close to the fabric or to the pattern by 1/4 inch. So I sewed it to the end. So this is my sleeve. I've already cut out my sleeve. So I'm adding this white stripe on the edge of the sleeve. So I cut it by 3 inches. On a fold, I folded it and ironed it. On a fold, it will be 1.5. So I'll place it at the end of my sleeve and I'll sew it by 1/4 inch like so. So I'll just pin it and show you what it looks like. If you don't know how I did my sleeve, check my previous video. I'll put the link on the description box on how to cut your basic sleeve. So this is what I have. When you fold it, assuming I've sewn it, when I fold it, I'll just sew it by 1.5 to the end. So I've gone ahead to sew my sleeve. This is what I have. So I'm turning it inside out. This is it. So this is the second sleeve. I've done both sleeve. So before fixing our sleeve, I'll have to join my dress, the front and the back together by 1 inch. So I'll sew it like so to the end by 1 inch. I'll sew the other side like so. I'll sew it to the end by 1 inch. So I've gone ahead to sew my dress. So this is what we'll have. I sewed it by 1 inch. So I'm turning it inside out. So here it is. So now I'll attach my sleeve. So you put it like this, then you turn it. Let the good side of the dress face the good side of the sleeve. So you turn it like so, and make sure the 2 parts you sewed are aligning. That's the two side I sewed. It's aligning like so. So I'll align it and sew it round. So let me pin it first and show you. So I've pinned it. Now I'll just sew it round like so. So I'll do the same for the other sleeve. Do like so. Turn it, let the good side face the good side. Then you align it together and sew it round. So I'm pinning it before I sew it. So let me take it to my machine. So I'm done with my sleeve. I'm almost done with everything. The next thing is to hem the full length. Remember, we left 2 inches for seam allowance, so I'll fold it. The first fold will be 1/2 inch and the second fold will be 1.5, like so. So I'll sew it to the end, 1/2 inch and 1.5. So this is what I have. I've gone ahead to sew it. As you can see, it's looking very neat. So when I open it, you see the inside I have. So I folded it by 2 inches. So my dress is ready. This is the pattern, the colored pattern I added. This is my sleeve and this is the full body. Don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching and wishing you a happy new year.